Hi YouTube, welcome to another video from My Boys Toys. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Webley Eclipse MKII. You can tell this is a Mark II Eclipse as it has simply just the push button at the end of the brake rather than a big block connector that you see on the Mark I. This rifle came out to rival the Air Arms TX200 and the Viroc 97. Arguably those two are the best underlever rifles that you can buy, but I'll go on to demonstrate why I think the Eclipse comes a close third and some of the unique features that come part of this rifle. For a start, Webley threaded the end of the barrel as standard, which meant that you could actually fit their own silencer that came actually with the rifle. You can see it's rather small, but it does take a lot of the crack out of this gun. It does tend to have a bit of a pop, and actually a silencer, even though it is a spring rifle, does make a big difference. What you can also do with these is get an adapter, so you can actually screw an adapter piece in like this. I won't screw it all the way, and with that you can then fit a standard 1/2 inch silencer, which is now sort of the common use silencer on the market. If I just pop that all the way in, then at least you can get an idea of what it looks like. This silencer is actually a homemade silencer by a specialist, and really does make it a very quiet rifle. Some of the other interesting features of the gun are from the barrel and the underlever are steel, which is very well blued, a beautiful finish to those. But from this point back, it's aircraft grade aluminium. This meant that the gun was a lot lighter to carry around, and certainly when you compare it directly to, say, the 97, it is remarkably light by comparison. The thing to bear in mind is when you're fitting a scope to an Eclipse, try and use one-piece mounts. This will spread the bite pressure of the mount, and so on the aluminium tubing you won't actually create a pinch. Again, on this rifle I've fitted a Hawk night eye scope. One of the things to bear in mind with this scope, if you are looking at these, is that they are a big scope. To give you an idea, if I grab a 8x56 scope that I have fitted to another rifle and hold it up, you can see that if I put them side by side, you're actually looking at probably about 3 or 4 centimeters longer on the night eye than you are on a 56 size scope. So you can see they are very big, and something that you have to bear in mind, especially on this. As another unique feature to this rifle is it's a tap loading port. So what you actually do, the transfer port, the pellet goes in there, you click that back down, lock it in place, and then the gun is ready to fire. What you'll see on the Air Arms or the Viroc actually is a sliding chamber. So as the gun is cocked, the chamber moves back, the pellet goes in, lift the arm back up, and the chamber slides forward. These are very good units in themselves, but one of the advantages of this is that, and it has been known, although very rare, that if you haven't cocked the rifle properly on, for instance, a chamber sliding rifle, if it does spring back, you're going to lose a finger. Most of those are fitted with anti-bear trap devices, however, so it is highly unlikely, but again, on this rifle there is no chance of that. It is just a transfer port and click into place. Another nice feature is the auto safety catch. When the rifle is cocked, the safety catch comes back, just to fire, push it forward. When you see it red, you're ready to go. The advantage certainly on the Webley over maybe even the Viroc is that you can put the safety on. So the trigger's locked, safety off, trigger's free. Again, it's nice that you can actually reset that. So if you are in a field and you want to cancel a shot, you can actually just put the safety back on, and you still have a loaded rifle ready to go. On this also, you may notice that there's a nice finish to this stock. I myself have refinished this. The stock, when I got the rifle, had a few dings and scratches and dents on it. So I took the finish off. I stained it back to a nice dark walnut oak colour, and then true oiled it. If you're going to do a stock like this, do bear in mind it does take around about a week for the whole process of stripping it, staining it, and then true oiling it. But as you can see, you can get a really nice finish to the rifle. It's got some beautiful grain on it, and actually does make it stand out. Another nice feature with these is that they have the spacers, which I think actually adds something to the looks of the rifle. And yeah, it's a very accurate gun. This one I stripped down. If you're going to strip one of these, you will definitely need a spring compressor. There's about 7 to 8 centimeters of preload on it, and you're going to need to be able to get this rifle clamped down and use a spring compressor. You're not going to be able to take this rifle apart without one. When it's back together, this rifle is now putting out around about 11.5 foot-pound, which is ideal to keep it in that high-end, high-power category, but without actually going over the legal limit. I hope this has been a useful video. If you are looking for an underlever to go out in the field with, if you're looking at the TX200 or the Virock 97K, this carbine from Webley is certainly one to consider. They do it in a standard rifle with a longer barrel, and you'll also find that the end of the stock is longer as well. But I think as a 2.2 carbine, this rifle really sort of stands out and will give you the performance you're looking for. They're getting rare, and they're not inexpensive these days. In a 2.2 form like this and a carbine, you're probably looking at around about £300 for a decent one, maybe a little bit less. For an excellent version, you could be looking at considerably more. So they're comparable in price to the Air Arms and the Virock. And if you find one in 177, they are indeed quite rare in that form. So do expect to pay perhaps a little bit more. I hope this video has been useful, and good shooting.